guys, so as some of you might already know, weed is now legal in Massachusetts starting in December, which I know some of you are not pot smokers, and I don't want to say that I am, but I used to be. I will smoke it on occasion. I'm not one to say that, you know, it's the devil's grass or anything, but to be completely honest with you, I don't really smoke weed that much anymore. If I do, it's just with friends, and I honestly don't think it's any worse than drinking. That's just my opinion, and now it is going to be legal in Massachusetts. So if you don't like weed, I'm sorry. I am a horrible role model. Like, I'm not saying go smoke pot unless that's your thing. You do you. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna tell you a story about the worst time that I ever had smoking pot, and that was in college. Yeah, in college I was the same way. Like, I didn't really smoke. I never like went out of my way to buy weed. Like, it was never, I just never did that. If people had weed and they were smoking, they're like, hey, you want to smoke? I was like, sure, why not? So I used to get really paranoid when I smoked. So, like, I don't know if you guys know this from like a past story of mine, but I used to get so fucking paranoid because I grew up thinking like weed was the devil, because that's how my mom that's how like my mom thinks about weed. Like, she's not for it. I'm sure she voted no on question 4, but you know, I ended up smoking anyways. Basically, I would get super paranoid. So one night in college, I was at my friend's dorm, and the guys from downstairs were like, hey, do you guys want to smoke with us? We have weed, like, you guys want to smoke with us? And we knew them. They were not trying to like hook up with us. They were just like friends of ours, whatever. So we're like, yeah, sure. And they lived on the floor below my friend. So we went down there to smoke with them. Now, I don't do well with bongs. Like, I don't think I can recall an experience with a bong that I like remember fully, because I don't need a lot of weed to get high. Especially, it used to be like a wicked, I don't know if you would call it a lightweight with pot, but I literally could take like 2 hits or whatever and I would be so fucking stoned. So they were smoking out of a bong, and they were passing around, and it's about to get to me, and it was done. So they like refilled it with weed and they gave it to me. So it was my turn, and it was a fresh bowl. I don't know what the fuck you call it, okay? Like, I don't know. I'm not a professional weed smoker, okay? I'm just not. So they hand me the bong, the freshly packed bong, okay? So I don't know what I'm doing, obviously, because I lit it and I just sucked in for as long and as hard as I could.
Wait, did I really just fucking say that? I hate my life.
And then I started coughing profusely. Like, I could not stop. I was like dying, like embarrassingly. They're like, damn, you kicked the bowl. So all the weed that was in the little bowl was like done. It like was all burnt, and they needed to fill it again. So I'm in the midst of like choking on my life, and they're like, haha, good job, like that was awesome. I'm like, really? It's not fucking awesome, I'm dying. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go outside. As I'm fucking, I couldn't even tell them, I was just like pointing like, okay, I need to go outside, like I'm actually gonna fucking throw up all over the place or something. So I go outside and I'm just like, whoa, I feel really dizzy, I remember, and I was like, I need to go to my friend's room because I am not okay, and I am not gonna continue smoking. Like, I do not feel okay. So I go up the stairs and I'm like, I was like a zombie from The Walking Dead. Like, I was not okay. So I go upstairs, and I remember looking down the hallway, and if you've ever been in like a dorm hallway, like, you know, they're like pretty long, but not like super long. Honestly, I looked down that hallway and it just started like growing longer and longer and longer, and it was like The Shining, if you've ever seen that movie. Like, it, like, I was just like, So then I like go to the bathroom, like probably trying to run there, but like I couldn't, and I like get in the bathroom and I put my hands on the sink, and my face is green, and not like dark, like whitish green. Like, I did not look normal. I actually looked dead, but I felt like I was gonna throw up everywhere. So I went in the toilet and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna throw up, and I didn't. Okay, like, I didn't throw up. I don't know, like, I just didn't feel good at all. So I'm like, my whole body starts tingling and I'm like, I need to get back to my friend's room. Like, I do not feel good at all. So I go down the hall, I go to my friend's room, and I literally just lay on the bed, and I'm laying there for probably like a half an hour. And my friends come upstairs because they're like, where the fuck did you go? Like, you just left and thanks for the pot, bye. Like, no, I literally was dying. So they come upstairs, I'm laying on my friend's bed like, Lord help me. And they come in and they're like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I feel like I'm gonna die. And at this moment is when I start feeling like I'm being stabbed all over my body. Okay, and I just want to put a disclaimer out there for people who smoke weed. This was not laced with anything. Like, these boys were not trying to fuck us. Like, 2 of them didn't even like girls. So, like, it wasn't like they were trying to fuck us up. Like, I just am super sensitive to weed. It felt like I was being stabbed with a million needles, honestly. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I felt like a bunch of needles were stabbing my body. My heart was like racing out of control. I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack, and I remember thinking in my mind, this is hell and I'm never going to get out of it, and this is going to be forever. And like, when I say that, like, I remember it very clearly thinking, this is hell, this is my hell, this is my hell for smoking. Like, that's how fucking paranoid I got. And I remember thinking, this is hell and it's going to be forever and it's never gonna stop. And it started getting to the point where, like, my friends, I was laying there and I was like, dude, I might need to go to the hospital. Like, I don't know, like, what this is, but like, I've never experienced it and I don't feel good. Like, I don't know. And they were like actually contemplating. They're like, do you want us to call like an ambulance for you? And I was like, dude, I don't know, just like give me a minute because I might need that. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like my heart was going to explode out of my chest, and it was just super weird. And so I think I laid there for probably like another hour, and I still, you know, felt like absolute shit, but I felt better enough that I could like walk back to my dorm that was across the way. And my friends were like really concerned. They were just super concerned that I was going to like fucking die or something, because honestly, like, I've never felt that way. And ever since I've never felt that way, I don't smoke out of bongs anymore, so that's probably helpful. But yeah, I just remember being like, I felt like I was getting stabbed all over my body and that I was trapped in hell. And I remember thinking, like, you did this to yourself, you went to hell and you're never getting out. And it was like the scariest thing I can ever recall from smoking pot. Like, it was the worst time. I felt sick to my stomach, I felt like I was being stabbed, and I felt like I was trapped in a hell that I couldn't escape from. So when people say weed is so chill, it's like, it's not that way for everybody. So I just want to say, like, I'm super sensitive to it now. I've smoked after this. I know I said I made a video a while ago and I said I didn't smoke anymore, and at that time I didn't. Have I smoked since then? Yes, probably a few times. And I don't get that feeling anymore. I don't get super paranoid. I just kind of am like more relaxed. So it all depends on like your body. It really just depends on your body. If you do try smoking, don't smoke out of a bong, please. Please don't smoke out of a bong. Just take it slow if you're gonna do that. I don't want to ever tell you guys like, go smoke pot. I don't recommend driving on it, but I don't see how you're hurting anybody if you're just in the comfort of your own home or with your friends, not driving, and you just hit a joint a few times. I really don't see the issue. 50% of my state didn't see an issue with it either, so it is now going to be legal here. I probably am not going to be a stoner, but I might enjoy weed just like I enjoy alcohol on occasion. Actually, alcohol probably a little more, but that was a story about the time that I got extremely fucked up on the green ganja, and it wasn't fun. So be careful. If you smoke out of bongs, probably make sure you are a seasoned bong ripper, pot smoker, You know, don't just decide, hey, I think I'm gonna kill the fucking bull today in the bong, like whatever. Because, you know, it doesn't end well for everybody. So. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! What is my neighbor doing? Okay, I think my crazy neighbor is like out on the loose right now, so I should probably go.